Maduro is moving quietly, carefully, but very boldly. You're watching TimesXP. My name is Ghadir, and while the entire world is busy watching the usual battle lines, Washington versus Caracas, sanctions versus survival, pressure versus resistance, something far more surprising is happening in the background. A phone call, a connection, a door opening, not in Russia, by the way, not in China, but somewhere most people didn't see coming. And that place is Turkey. Yes, Recep Tayyip Erdogan picks up the phone. Nicolas Maduro answers, and in that particular moment, the game it begins to change. Now, this is not a diplomatic call, by the way. This is two leaders under heavy Western pressure, quietly finding common grounds and possibly planning a future together. Erdogan speaks of dialogue between the US and Venezuela, but listen carefully. This is not a message of surrender. It is a message of control. A signal that Maduro is no longer isolated, that he has options. Because right now, watch this. So, the United States is tightening the screws on Venezuela, sanctions biting, pressure rising, and whispers growing louder. What if Maduro is actually forced out? Where will he go? Not Moscow, not Beijing. Analysts say that Turkey might be the safest landing ground for them. A country that offers not just a plane out, but protection, power, political shelter here, and most importantly, a leader Maduro actually trusts. This relationship is not new. It is built over time, quietly but very strategically. Be it gold trade, private agreements, behind the scenes meeting, or handshake diplomacy far away from Western cameras. Every visit, every deal, every conversation, it has been putting together a safety net, and today, that net is actually visible. Now imagine the global impact of this. A Venezuelan president backed by Russia, supported by China, and now aligned with Turkey, a NATO member. Let that sink in for a moment. A man the US wants removed, connected to the world's most powerful military alliances, and that too through a close ally. That's not politics. That's a geopolitical twist, ladies and gentlemen. Is this an escape plan? Is this a power move? Is this Erdogan becoming the middleman between Washington and Caracas? Or is this the first step of a much bigger realignment here? Right now, one thing is clear. Maduro is no longer standing alone, and Washington is no longer the only power in the room. The chessboard just expanded, and the next move could shock the world.